All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back. It is the Real Music Observer, observing real music in real time for real people, just like you. It was like a blackout. Like, whoa. All right, last night, the Grammy Awards. Did anyone watch? I didn't. In fact, I tweeted out early in the day that I would not be watching the Grammys. That, in fact, I'm currently binge watching a show called Criminal Minds with my wife, so I've got no interest in watching the Grammys, which I don't relate to, I don't understand. Typically, it's all of these political speeches and so forth, which I don't understand, because I thought the Grammys were about music, and this sort of underlies my contention that music should not get so involved in these issues that have nothing to do with it. These people aren't experts on these topics. If I want an expert, I'll consult like a news channel or something. I won't consult some person who has no clue as to what they're talking about, but may have created some decent art in the eyes of some. Last night, the real highlight of the Grammys, the Stones actually won a Grammy for their blues album called Blue and Lonesome. That was kind of interesting. I don't know if the traditional blues folks would be all that happy with the Stones winning, but I listened to the album and it was a traditional blues-sounding album. Metallica, there's another classic rock name, kind of. I'm not really into Metallica, but they have... at least they got nominated, I think. I don't think they won. They have this tune called Atlas Rise, which I had to go and listen to, and that was about 6 minutes of my life that I can't get back. I'm sorry, the only worthy album that Metallica has ever created is the Black Album, and that was right at the edge of what ushered in some really bad music. They kind of had one foot in this like thrash metal thing, and they had one foot in this mainstream rock thing, and they toned it down for one album, and they created some music that people like. And I know their fans are gonna just absolutely destroy me here. I'm just not a huge fan. I went to see Ozzy and Metallica in 1985 at the Worcester Centrum, and I almost lost my hearing prior to Ozzy going out there. Okay. So, Metallica opened up. What else happened that was classic rock? Randy Newman had a Grammy, I guess, for a best arrangement for instruments and vocals. I didn't know Randy was still making music. I really haven't kept up with him since he collaborated with Mark Knopfler back in the late 1980s on a tune called It's Money That Matters. I always liked Randy because his lyrics were, they were fun. And you had to kind of be able to take a joke, which a lot of people don't, especially these days, so I'm surprised he's still around. Greg Allman was nominated, didn't win for his great Farewell album, not necessarily on purpose, but he was put in the Best Americana category, and it's kind of sad. He was nominated for a tune, I believe it was called My Only True Friend, and he didn't win. He lost. He deserved to win, obviously. Oh, and Bruce Springsteen, one of my favorite artists of all time, he was put into the spoken word category. His autobiography of Born to Run, it lost to a Carrie Fisher thing called The Princess Diaries. And then I guess Paul Schaefer showed up with the David Letterman ensemble there and played some music, and that was kind of that's about all of the classic rock that went on at this so-called awards show. I don't know what happened otherwise. I heard, I think it was Chris Stapleton and Emmylou Harris did a nice tribute to Tom Petty, which I think is cool. It would have been kind of neat to get some peers of Tom Petty. Emmylou maybe a peer, but somebody who may have recorded with Petty wouldn't it have been a hoot if they asked like Stevie Nicks to get up there, maybe with Don Henley, and do a tribute to Tom Petty? Your viewership may have increased a little bit. It's mind-boggling. I don't understand the Grammys. I fell off the Grammy turnip truck a long time ago, probably right around the same time I left the radio business. For me, it didn't make any sense. There was a lot of stuff going on that wasn't musical, didn't have anything to do with music, and the stuff that did supposedly have to do with music, I would just grab some cotton and just want to stuff it in my ears, because none of it to me sounded at all worthy of, usually after a Grammy win, in the old days, the albums would explode off the shelves. I used to work at a music store in the 80s, and I remember when somebody would win a Grammy, it was like a cool, high-profile thing. I don't understand now how the Grammys are even still in business. Nobody's buying music because everybody's bootlegging it and downloading it for free and doing all the bad things that they're not supposed to do. Furthermore, the quality and content of this art form has diminished to such a low level that it's almost like, hey, there's a little glimmer out there. There's a tune by Metallica that I kind of don't like, but hey, at least it's Metallica, and I know who they are. So that's my spiel on the Grammys. If you didn't watch, you apparently didn't miss much, and I was watching Criminal Minds, so I didn't miss anything, and in fact, I caught some great TV, and, now I'm reporting on this as just kind of an afterthought. So what's your thoughts on the Grammys? Do you agree, disagree? A lot of people probably disagree with me about Metallica. It's a taste thing. I'm not tasting it, and it's not my thing. So anyway, I will chat later, and have yourself a great day. Talk to you then.